Do you know what we're doing? Did they say
No
anything?
idea. Let's do it.
Okay. Hey guys, it's Pete here from Fnatic, and we've got Rekkles here today with us, and I'm gonna surprise you with what we're gonna do today.
Yeah.
Actually, you're gonna be naming your all-star, all-pro team in history.
All time, all players.
All players, retired, current, worldwide.
I feel like it is hard not to choose Asian players if we're doing worldwide, but I do not have much insight when it comes to the Asian players. You're just going from surface level because you see them play or you hear them, like how they could be or how they are behaving in their teams, but you never actually know. I would probably have to do 2 worldwide teams. One would be Asian team because they are the best and have always pretty much been the best. And then I think it could be interesting to make like a European all-star team. Let's say we're doing a European all-star team all time. The first one that came to mind for me was Soaz. I always felt like when I played with Soaz that he was kind of similar to Whippo in a way, very creative and almost realistic with the game state. But I think Soaz was really good at like, okay, this game is hard. Let's make a creative play, some kind of TP play. This is back when TP was able to be used from the get-go, or some kind of roam that was crazy, and he would play all of these weird champs. And yeah, I think it was just really nice to play with him on stage because he would make a lot of game-winning plays. I always knew when I played with him on stage that I could count on him to perform really well and make a lot of good plays. So I would love for him to be in my team.
Okay, so European jungler.
Elyoya would be really interesting to play with, I think. I don't have much insight on how it is to play with him, but I've always heard that he is next level when it comes to communication and vibes he gives and behavior he exemplifies in his team. Like, he seems to be really hardworking and really trying to get somewhere. I've talked a little bit now this split, I guess, to Elyoya. We've been playing paddle pretty much every Tuesday since the year started, and it just feels like he's saying what I'm thinking, and sometimes I'm saying what he's thinking. So it could be really interesting to play with someone like him, but I don't have experience to go off of here. So I guess in a way it's also hard to put him as like the one jungler of all time. I feel like most people would put Jankos there.
I mean, you worked with him for a year?
I don't think I had a bad experience playing with him. When people look at the year, it was a failure. But when I played, I didn't feel like it was necessarily a failure. I mean, we didn't make Worlds, that sucked. We didn't win Spring or Summer, that also sucked, but we had really good regular seasons. It was just in playoffs that we fought shirt. I think probably putting Jankos there would make sense.
Okay. Lock it in.
You just know that you're gonna get a really good jungler with Jankos. I think something similar could be said if you put Broxah there, to be honest. I thought about putting Broxah there because then you know like you're just gonna have a really good jungler, no matter the meta. Plays really well for his laners. And with Jankos Broxah, I also know it would be good, so yeah, one of those. For mid, I think it has to be Caps, right? Caps has always been like the best player or seen as the best player in Europe, and I've played with him, so I know that he is absolutely correct. He's crazy good. Like on his best day, he is for sure the best player, so it's not even debatable. I think to put him mid, then the question is how do you make Caps have a good day over and over and not be Craps, but be Claps? That's the difficult part. I think they're doing a pretty good job now in G2 with Roma leading the charge for more of like a performance health kind of thing. Maybe I'd take Caps and Roma in a package deal for mid lane. So Caps to play and Roma to make sure he's feeling really good about himself, so he has Claps days and not Craps days.
All-time European AD, you mentioned before, yourself?
Yeah, I would for sure put myself on all-time AD. Maybe not right now, but all-time I think I would put myself there. I think it could also be interesting to have someone like Hans there, or Forgiven during his prime. If you already have such a like solid top jungle, the best mid, any kind of AD that plays the game well will fit in to this team. And I think all of the ones I mentioned had like really good periods in their careers where they were just the best AD or like really, really good AD, one of the best ADs. I think it would be fair to put a lot of people, but I'll put myself.
Lastly, but not least, support.
Since I'm playing AD, I have to think a little bit about who I would like to play with as well here. I would love to play with Mickey again. I think we actually had a lot of cool moments when we played together, but people just remember like the last series we played, or I guess for that roster people just remember the failure of us not making Worlds and not winning splits. So all of the good stuff is kind of gone. I think we were not nearly as bad as people wanted it to be or made it up to be. So he would definitely be a candidate, but I just have to say Hilly, it would be, yes. I just have to have Hilly there. We probably played the best I've ever played together with someone together at 2020 Worlds. Even at 2018 Worlds, we were really good. I think even 2019, like we've always been pretty good together, I would say. As an AD, like I picked him for my team. I always wanted to get Hilly on my team, and when I finally got him, it felt like he was my support, you know. He's mine. As weird as that sounds. So this team would be Soas, Jankos or Broxa, Caps, me, Hilly.
I mean, that's almost like the 2018.
Almost Fnatic roster, yeah. If you put Broxa, Soas there, that's basically 2018 Fnatic, right? Yeah. But you could do top jungle as well, is Huna Reignover.
Did you enjoy playing with those guys?
Very much, yeah. I think if we stayed together, we would have been able to reach really high highs with that roster. A bit of a shame that we didn't get to try more from that 2015 roster. We were so successful together. Yeah, you could have Broxa and even Butpo there. I think Butpo could be really interesting to have top as well. I don't need my top laner to carry the game because I have Caps in my team. What I would like for my top laner is someone that is willing to sacrifice for the team. And I think Soas would really fit that bill. Maybe Butpo as well would really fit that bill, yeah. So that would be my European roster.
Okay, let's go through like worldwide. If you had to choose anybody.
So now I can't go off personal experience, I have to just go off like who I think is the best player in each role. All time now, I would say Faker mid and Deft AD. Both of them have won Worlds, both of them have played forever. They've been to however many Worlds and however many MSI. Like they have both done so many things in their careers. I think it's easy pickings, both of them, to have mid AD. I would take Keria support, I think. I know he has played with Deft before when they were on DRX, and I know Keria has been really good his entire time. Even now on T1 with Guma, he's completely smashing it every game.
Plus you've met Keria.
Yes, very cute. He was turbo smurfing a jungle. Because most junglers I think of were more supportive junglers in those regions. Canyon has been really good, yeah. Yeah, I think Canyon is a pretty good candidate for someone who's been really good really long. Even the years they haven't made it all the way and been a world championship contender, they've always had Canyon showcase Canyon stuff. The thing is then you're kind of back at like, do you really want a carry jungle when you're Faker and Deft Keria? Don't you actually just want someone that enables that?
You're like actually forming a team that could synergize together, and you're not actually just picking the best players in every role, you know? So
yeah, because it's not necessarily always about that. Like you can put Canyon in this roster, and maybe he wants to play for himself, but then you don't get enough out of Deft and Keria, who are, in my opinion, gonna lane Kingdom every bot lane they play. It feels weird to put Canyon in that roster. I don't think it makes sense, yeah. I would rather than put just Bengi or someone that would enable Faker and enable Deft and Keria. Bengi hasn't played in forever, so it's hard to say how good he would actually be in like let's say today's League of Legends. Now I would like a really good top laner. A little bit different to my European team. I would maybe put the Shy top. Zeus is really good right now, I think. Feels right to put the Shy there. He plays really up and down, but I don't know if that's his fault or it's like his team being up and down. I think it's probably a mix of both, him playing up and down and his team playing up and down, but now he has Deft, Faker, Keria and Bengi, so he probably has a lot more up than down.
Yeah.
And he has all these crazy picks and his crazy way of playing the game, and I think that could be really interesting in a team like this to create a pressure point on the map, because then all of a sudden enemy team have to go top, you have Deft, Keria on bot. Oof, that's a rough early game. So either Zeus or the Shy. We can just put the Shy, that's fine.
Top the Shy. Jungle, Bengi, mid, Faker, AD carry was Deft,
and Keria.
And Keria support.
Yep.
Actual banger roster.
Yep. They'll probably win Worlds.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
There you have it. That was Rekkles's all-time, all-pro roster.
Yep.
Full Korean team, basically T1.
Yep.
And you heard before also his all-time European team.
Yep.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Let me know your thoughts of those rosters down in the comments below.